Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of the disc brake upgrade. Now, overnight, or this morning, we've got the rotors on, got all the bearings in, adjusted up, safety pinned in, all that kind of fun stuff. Now it's time to get a caliper on. Now, these rotors come covered in like a greasy, oily substance that stops them corroding. So make sure you brake clean those like at least twice. Don't just clean it once and think it's good. Like clean it and clean it again, because you don't want that stuff getting on your nice new pads. That's going to slide in there. Now we'll spin this out. So try and get. You might have to come around the other side of me there. What you've got. It's going to go in here. Put some bolts there. It's starting to look like a disc brake setup. Now we will tighten all these up, so don't stress about that, guys. But we're just kind of showing you what's going on. This is the new hoses, your little copper washers it comes with. It's a pretty good kit. It comes with all the bits and pieces. So just slip that over that end. And this is going to go into here. Well, that is when you take the little rubber bung out. We don't do retakes here. We just show you all the silliness and the mistakes along with everything else. So yeah, obviously nip that up. Just trying to do this and not bore you at the same time. So if you come around here, your brake hoses through here. That's just going to go up into here. Locates into this little angle bit. There's a little hex shape in here. That'll lock into there. A little tight, there we go. These do want to cross thread on you, so just take it easy going in. You should be able to get them in with your fingers. If you've got to wind it all the way in, you're doing it wrong. So we've got some clips to go on here. That's going to go on that side, like that. We have another clip goes on the top. That locks that in there. And yeah, obviously get everything locked down, talk it to the specs that they talk about in the instructions. And yeah, looking pretty slick. Okay, on to the back brakes. So here we are at the rear brakes. Now, this is a great little kit we have, or Barry has I should say, for doing brakes. It's really clever little kit. You've got this little one here. I don't know about you, the rest of you guys, but I always fight these things quite a bit. This goes on, you see the end of it, runs around, hooks under the spring, and an ideal wheel pops it straight off, like that. And that one is the same, pops that off. You've got to choose your size on these little puppies, go over that little spring there that's always hard to get at. Will fight you, certainly they fight me usually. That goes on there, you give it a little twist, that pops off. Same on that side. There we go. As I said, no reshoots here, it just is what it is. Shoes off. Obviously we don't need any of this stuff, so we just get rid of it. Kev the Kiwi can clean that shit up for us later. But probably not, knowing you. Right, so that's that. Now we do need to get this little e-brake cable out of here, so that can be a little bit of a bear. I'm going to have to grab a pair of pliers for that. Okay, got some pliers. There we go, pops out that was pretty easy. They're not always that easy. Okay, so there's that. Now we've got to get the axle out. The half shaft's got to come out. So, where did our socket go, Barry? Okay, cut. Okay, got some pliers. And there we go. Pops out. That was pretty easy. They're not always that easy. Okay, so there's that. Now we've got to get the half shaft out so we can get rid of this backing plate, get all that gone. There's 4 bolts. Hold that in, which you access through here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've already got 3 of them. So that's that. Now sometimes these will just come out and sometimes they won't. So get yourself a little slide hammer. Really hard to try and like hit it from the back. That can be a real bear to try and get it done, but this makes it easy. So yeah, they're not super tight in there. There we go. So there's that. Try and take, as you bring the axle out, don't drag it along the axle seal that's in here. Just try and take a little bit of the weight off and kind of guide it through the middle. It doesn't hurt, you know. This will come off of here. Like so. That goes in the junk pile. Then, we've got a bunch of brackets we've got to put on. So they give you this, which is a spacer plate, and we got to get it all cleaned off. You can't just put it back on top of all this goop. So, but for videoing purposes, that goes on there. Your axle will go back in. Again, trying to keep the weight as best you can off that axle seal. Find your spline. Okay. And this little plate is going to go. This one could be a little hard to see, but we'll give it a try. It's going to go here. The stuff just goes back on as it was, with the backing plate on. And then this one is going to go that way. Get in there. Come on. It goes in there. Your bolt heads will go on here. You've got your 3 studs there, 1, 2, and 3. Put your nut back on this one, and that all tightens down. And this silver bracket is the beginning of your caliper bracket. So I'm going to get that done, and we'll be back in a second and show you the rest. So this bracket's all bolted on now. We've got these bolts here, again all in the kit that comes with it. Is going to bolt this, which is your main caliper bracket. What we do have to do is we got some spacers here, which will go on the bolts, and that just sets the caliper, locates it correctly over the rotor itself. So we'll get those on there. And then this will go on here. See if we can do this without knocking any spacers off. Like so. Yeah, interesting, they gave us spring washers and nylocks, and I guess that's not a bad thing. I'm not completely sure that it's completely necessary, but They gave them to us, so we're going to put them on. Yeah, so we're going to get those tightened up. Then we're going to be ready to put the rotor on, get the caliper onto this bracket, get the e-brake connected. But that's going to happen on part 3. So that's us. It's the end of the day today. I feel like I got a bit done. Barry got a bit done on another project we got over there, and we're going to show you that one in a minute. You guys haven't seen it before, well, not in a minute, but in the next few days. And yeah, again, make sure you clean this flange really well. If you zoom in close, Barry, you can see there's quite a bit of rust and little lumps and bumps. That will make your disc brake want to wobble, your rotor want to wobble as it rotates. It's going to give you pad knockoff. It's going to give you a pumping pedal that does this for you. You don't want any of this. This is a nice new brake system. You want it to work perfectly. Really important to clean that. Okay, it's enough lecturing. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.